Professional learning community. In my research and work, I've confirmed that PLCs look very different in each learning environment and situation. As a mandatory requirement for all schools in the Calgary Board of Education, PLCs have been the accepted norm for the past 4 years. However, each school takes professional learning communities to mean something different. In some schools, teams meet as they have for decades, as faculty groups headed by a curriculum leader. The teams get together to plan out curricular changes, order new supplies, discuss problematic students, or set standards around student assessment. This is important work that curricular teams need to complete, but these are PLCs in name only. Working concurrently at 2 high schools gave me the chance to explore PLCs as seen by 2 different leadership. Both principals were given the same mandate from senior administration and were asked and expected to establish PLCs in their respective high schools. Both principals returned to their schools with this information and proceeded to implement this change in the way that made sense to them, sensitive to the school's culture and community. In each environment, the logistics of PLCs translated to very different things. At our school, over the past year, we've taken a very literal approach to professional learning communities, and have focused professional development sessions around the creation, the upkeep, and the celebration of these working teams. Teachers meet as PLCs at least twice a month. The time is scheduled into their monthly calendars. The teams are cross-curricular and include members across junior and senior high. These PLCs are given the appropriate support from the leadership team and are provided with the resources and time required to complete real, authentic data research and learning. Some of the PLC work focuses on specific technological tools, for example an e-portfolio tool that's part of D2L. But the center of all work has been student achievement and student success. Our PLCs have never simply focused on technology for technology's sake. The PLC I was involved in this past year was intent on using the ePortfolio tool to build a student e-learning profile and an e-learning plan for every student new to CB eLearn. We wanted to use the technology to solve a very real problem we are facing, the onslaught of student information coming to us from many different places. School reports, former teachers, current teachers, student data, registration data, current grades, past grades, future goals, IPPs, etc. Because the majority of our students are also taking high school courses at another school in Calgary, teachers don't always have immediate access to the important information they need. Therefore, our PLC want to use the tools we have available to bring this data together in a meaningful way that will be of benefit to teachers and, most importantly, however indirectly, students. PLCs have been effectively used as a form of professional development. Although not a traditional means of learning about a topic or technology, PLCs can become the vehicle in which the learning occurs. Because of the work in our PLC, I became more familiar with one of the tools in D2L, Forms. Without the focus of the PLC, I would not have taken the time to explore the Forms tool and come to a stronger understanding of its use. Because I work in a technologically based environment, there's a different need for professional development than in many other settings. When we get a new teacher at our school, there's a significant amount of teacher training required. The teacher needs to understand the technology along with the basics of online pedagogy as soon as they start teaching. Often, we'll obtain brand new teachers at various points throughout the year, and their training needs to be both fast and furious. I always try to keep a balance between the technical and pedagogical skills the teacher needs, but for beginning teachers new to our school, often the technological requirements come first. Teachers come to us in the middle of a semester and their class is already in progress. I liken their teacher technical training to the same orientation most teachers would face at another school. Rather than needing to know where the photocopier is located or what time their lunch hour supervision starts, our new teachers need to have the technical skills to get into their courses and start communicating with students and helping them in any way they can. The author highlights 3 stages of professional development when introducing technology into schools or classrooms. The first stage she identifies is personal, asking the teachers to effectively identify how they currently use technology in their own learning. Second stage is professional, asking the teachers to think about technology as a pragmatic tool that can make their working lives easier. Third stage is pedagogical, asking the teachers to identify how they can use technology in their classroom to better serve student needs. To me, this is a curious 3-stage process that I've never been familiar with from either side, either a PD presenter or PD participant. I can see some of the benefits of stage 1 and 2, but typically we jump straight to stage 3. Maybe by going through these first two stages, the teachers would come to a stronger understanding of the technology, would come up with more innovative ways of how it could be appropriately used. Perhaps it would be worth exploring this three-stage system in the fall when I'm designing more PD sessions for teachers. I've always seen the goal of technology as being a benefit to students and haven't focused exclusively on what technology can make tasks easier for the teachers or what forms of technology they're already familiar with. Maybe by taking this approach, I'd have a little more success with those reluctant to adopt.